problem. I can understand Telugu, but so English is fine. All right, good. Fine. So to begin with, I wanted to know what your expectations are from this course, from this workshop. So we're going to be speaking for right now. It's we are currently at 10:25, 10:20 roughly. So I'll be speaking to you for probably until say about 11 o'clock type, so about 40-45 minutes. What are your expectations from this talk? What do you expect to take back and learn?
Sir, it is one topic they are giving from the Atal sir. They're going to
Hmm.
see that stress management, some yoga, meditation. So,
Right.
likewise, people are needed today because all
Hmm.
the people are very busy and
Right.
they are feeling stress in their life. See, for
Right.
that
Right.
they want to become relaxed in this busy schedule, sir. That's why we are
Right.
keeping that is the stress management in our life.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So during this talk, for the next few minutes, I will be asking some interactive questions, and I want you to respond as well. So it will not be that I'll go on be talking for some time.
Okay, okay,
I'll
sir.
be asking some questions, and you will also be interacting with me. Is that okay? Is that fine?
Okay, sir.
And
Okay.
and I want everybody to answer. வாஸ்து மணிகண்டன் சார் பக்கத்துல தான் நல்லா இருக்குது ஆக்சுவலா அவர் மாத்திரம் தான் பேசுறாரு வேற யாருமே பேச
Okay.
மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க. The Vastu seems to be very good only at Manikandan sir's house. He seems to be talking. I want everybody to participate so that it is light and it is also very useful for everybody. See, it is a at the end of the day, it is a faculty development program. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So your time is very valuable because your time will be used for well-being and the betterment of students, your personal career and everything. And it is important to respect your time. So
Okay,
and
sir.
similarly, I have also taken some time out so that I can share what my experience has been. So I have
Okay,
close to
sir.
about 18 years of work experience I have. I'm vice president in a multinational organization. So whatever experience I have had in the last 15 to 18 years, I would like to share with you people. So it is necessary for everybody to participate. Is that all right? I want everybody else also to say yes. Okay, maybe.
Hello, participants. Hello. Be free to talk. It is a very interesting session, sir. Please, everybody can talk freely. That's
Yes,
why.
this is Dr. Vivichandran
Yes.
from
Ah,
Conga
yes.
Engineering College. My
Hello, sir.
expectation is it is very difficult to remove the 100% stress. There may be some stress is there always. So how to handle
Okay.
how to handle this particular stresses? Okay,
Okay.
and
Okay.
as a working person, I am also having some difficulty in balancing office work and also homework. Okay,
Right.
how to handle this? Sometimes stress is created because of just unmatching of this kind of activities.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's my expectations.
Okay. Thank you. Point taken, Ravichandran sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? What your expectations are? What would you like to learn from this in terms of how you would like to apply, etc. So basically, Ravichandran sir, I got your point. Anybody else? What are your expectations? Yes. Anybody can tell me. You can tell me what your expectations are from this workshop. What would you like to learn? Quickly, if you can tell me, we'll spend another 1 minute at max. So quickly, if you can tell me what your expectations are, then I'll align the talk to your expectations, and it will be interesting for you all. Otherwise, if I start with a fixed agenda in mind, and if at some level you feel "Hmm, this is not relevant to me, then the talk will not make that same impact. Yes or no? So it is important for me to align the talk to what your expectations are. Correct, no? So spend another minute, minute and a half to probably, and then tell me what your expectations are. All of you can tell Ashish sir, Anandi madam, Atul sir, Babu, Balasubramanian sir, Raghavan sir. Your voice is not clear. If you're speaking, you have to mute and then unmute again. Your mic is having some issue. Prakash sir, Piyush sir, Naveen, Nandakishore, Mahesh sir, Priya madam. You can give some Tilagam ma'am. You can give some some insights as to what you expect from this workshop. It will be easy for us to align otherwise. Sugandhan sir, Shivaraman, Vaidyanathan sir, Chittaranjan Das sir.
Sir, Sir Tilakam, I'm speaking.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Sir, we want to learn how from effective learning, sir.
அதான் என்ன எந்த ஃபீல்டில் வாட் இஸ் யுவர் ரெக்குவயர்மெண்ட் இப்போ எந்த ஒரு விஷயத்தை யூ ஹேவ் ட்ரை டு ஓவர்கம் ஃப்ரம் யுவர் சைட் பட் யூ ஃபீல் சம் அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப் ஹெல்ப் இஸ் நீடட் சம் கன்சல்டன்ட் ஹெல்ப் இஸ் நீடட் ஆர் சம் இன்சைட் இஸ் ரெக்வயர்ட் பை விச் யூ கேன் ஓவர்கம் தட் வாட் இஸ் தட் ஒன் ஏரியா வாட் இஸ் தட் ஒன் ஏரியா விச் யூ வுட் லைக் டு ஓவர்கம்
Sir, maybe like students also come and interact with us. Keep on asking questions to us, and we have this FTP, and we have our this curriculum department work or college work. So we have to effectively complete within the effective 9 to duration given duration, sir. So how we time management we need to understand, sir. Giving importance to work, we know already. We know that, even though students some students will personally they will they may also mischievous students may be there, so they will disturb a lot, sir, so many times, sir. And we are answerable to department so higher authorities, and even people working under us, technicians level, non-teaching staff, they are also they will also question. So we have to be in our dignity, and we have to be very conscious, and we have to answer precise to everyone. So how effectively we can do our job, sir.
Okay, so one is balance.
Balance.
So one thing is you want to be able to effectively manage time, and you also want to be able to
manage people,
get over the handle people and handle stress related to not being able to effectively discharge your duties. Similar to what Ravi Chandran sir said, actually.
Yes, sir. But I want to go with after going home, I want to be with my family. Apart from this, the stresses, I don't want to carry these stresses to my home. That's all. That's what I want. I need, sir, this time.
Very good. So any other point is that? Thank you so much, Tilakam. Is there any other point besides this? Anybody can tell. I'll give you one more minute probably. Anybody can say. Okay, Sachin sir is there. Ramesh, Punindavati madam is there. Chetana madam is there. So many people are there. So you can tell. What is it that you would like to do? What that you would like to learn effectively, which you really need in your individual life. So the topic is anyhow going to be stress management, but what is the effect that stress has had in your life, and how would you like to overcome that? That is something I would like to hear quickly, so that I can align the talk to that particular thing. Okay, so I'll assume that there are no other points. Maniyandan sir, I need help. I need one small help.
Sir, tell me, sir.
Can you mute everybody once and then unmute me alone once? There seems to be a ringing sound.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. So now it is clear, sir?
Yes, it's very clear. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so let's start in that case. Okay, so currently we are at 10:30. We have a good half an hour. We can talk about it. Okay? So the first and foremost thing, I would like to extend a very warm welcome. My name is Ramanathan Iyer. I have worked about 18 years in the software industry. I'm a postgraduate MS in IT-enabled services from State University of New York, Buffalo. I also have a degree in MSc in software engineering and also MSc in management of information systems, and currently pursuing my doctorate in data science as well. I worked in Cognizant, ANZ, OTSS, in Microsoft, and after that, I'm currently working with Sumeru Software Solutions in the capacity of a vice president. So I handle DevOps. All right. So this is my overall portfolio. I'm also an Art of Living teacher. So while I'm working, I also every month I conduct a couple of courses in how to manage the stress in the mind, how to overall be get a healthy lifestyle, and these are the overall set of things that I generally do. I like to I like music, and I also play the Carnatic violin. I have a very lovely 6.5-year-old daughter, okay, and also a very very hardworking wife, and so I also like to cook. So these are some of the things that I do. Okay, so it's very important to understand how a person does all of these things and still is able to discharge this. Like for instance, currently, if I'm speaking with you guys, I'm not working. So how do I take care of that? All right. So stress management it's not an exact science. It's not. It's not like a computer program, right? If you feed in a set of instructions, you will get a fixed set of outputs. It's not like that. It is a very suggestive and it is a very iterative process. All right. So let's see. Let's go over it. Let's find out what are the various points. So let's take stress. Stress. What do you mean by stress? In your opinion, what is stress? So stress generally means yes. Did you guys say something? I thought I heard. Okay, good. So anyhow, so stress means the definition of stress is what? You have a lot of things to do. You have very little time to do it and very less energy to accomplish it. If these three things come together, very, very bad combination. What are the three things? Too much work to do, too little time, and very less energy. So if you want to overcome stress, you have to be able to handle, you should be able to reduce the this three problems. All right. Now you cannot reduce the amount of work. Correct? No? Can you go back to your employer, to your college dean and say, "Sir, I have too much of stress. Give me the same salary, but you please reduce the work by half so that I get less stress." You can't do that. No? Is it possible? Can you do this? Not possible. Correct? Okay, so work cannot be reduced. Second, very little time. Can you go to God and say, I'm a very important and hardworking person. Please increase the number of hours in a day from 24 to say 32 only for me. For the rest of the people, it still should be 24 hours only. Just for me alone, make it 32. Does this work? It doesn't work. Yes. So what is the only thing you can do in order to get over stress is to have higher energy. How do you have higher energy? How do you understand energy? So for that is why we have to learn certain very important key skills in order to handle this energy. How much energy do we have in a day? That particular thing. All right. So in order to do that, you know, let's do this. This is a very nice activity. I like doing this activity. Okay. So all of you have access to the chat window, right? All of you can type some stuff down, right? All of you can have access to the chat window. You know, there are three buttons in your Google
Yes,
Meet.
sir.
If you click on them, it will tell you in call messages karke, in call messages or a small thing will be there. Use that window and quickly tell for you what is success. How do you call yourself when you are successful? So for some people it will be career, for some people it will be financial independence, some people it will be health, lifestyle. So you should be very specific. All right. So for some people it will be that if I get this particular job in this particular company, then I'll be happy. Or for some people, success may mean if my immunity levels are very high, then I'm happy. All right. So like that, just quickly use the chat box and say, what is the definition of success for you? For you, how do you define success? Because for each person, it's different, no? Peace of mind at the end of the day. Very good. Meeting expectations of what? Of whom? Go on. Just keep doing. Not just your own. If my mom is happy, then I'm extremely Tilagam. Very good. So what is your what is your definition of success for you? What do you mean by well, like for instance, if I lose say 10 kilograms and have a very healthy lifestyle, then I'm extremely happy. All right, that is successful. Some person might say, if I have X amount of money in the bank after GST, then I'm happy. All right, so make the sentence. This is what is success. In my opinion, this is what success means. Okay, and very important for the next half an hour or so, what we will do is we'll unscrew this intelligence angle. Okay, we'll unscrew this intelligence and keep it in the side. What happens when we become when we use our intelligence? What happens is that innocence is gone. Okay, so what we'll do for the next half an hour, we'll all be like kindergarten children. You know, kindergarten children have so much of energy, yes or no, and they don't have any stress, right? So when my daughter was say about 3.5, 4 years old, right, when she was 4 years old, I used to call her and say, Lalita, go open the door, then close the door, and then come back. And she used to run, open the door, close the door, and then come back. No problems at all. Okay. And then after half an hour, she used to call and say, Appa, we closed the door. No, then why did we open it? And if we knew that we are going to close the door, what is the use of opening it? Karke, she used to think afterwards, like 1 hour later. Now she's about 6.5, 7 years old. Now I say, Lalita, go open the door, close the door, and come. She'll say, why? Why should I open and close the door? What is the reason? Now itself you tell me. Are you getting this? So as we grow, as our intelligence matures, what happens? The childlikeness goes away. So one very simple way to reduce stress is to regularly unscrew the intelligence and keep it out. So don't worry. After about half an hour, you please take the intelligence, put it back, and go back and continue your work. If you leave it like that only, then you will not be able to discharge your duties, no, as professors. All right. Very good. So what do you mean? Okay. So these are the definitions of success. Very good. So just imagine, you know, each of us has got a different definition of success. Have you noticed this? It's not the same. Each person has a different definition of success. Is there a way by which, is there a common denominator? In maths, is there no LCM, least common denominator? Is there a LCM? If you do something common, can you be successful regardless of what your definition of success is? Are you getting this point? In mathematics, no, there is this particular concept called as the Hoeffding bound. No, Hoeffding's inequality and Hoeffding bound. You know what it means? Without knowing that, generally, if you want to know what is the highest and the lowest point of a distribution of data, what do you generally do? You have to know all individual numbers in that distribution. Then only you will say, this is the lowest number and that is the highest number. But do you know what does Hoeffding's inequality do? It tells you without knowing. Yes, your answer. You know what Hoeffding's inequality does? It says without knowing anything about the distribution, you don't know whether the mean of the distribution variance, you don't know anything, but you still can predict what is the upper and lower bounds within which that distribution will always be there. So like that, is there a Hoeffding bound or a least common denominator for success? If we do these two things or these three things, regardless of what our definition of success is, you can still be successful. Is there something like that? So in my 10 years as a teacher of the art of living and 12 years practicing the art of living program, you know, there is one very common thing that I have learned, that there are 3 dimensions by which you can be successful without even knowing what your definition of success is. You know, because each person will have a different definition. No, for me, if the fan works right now, then I'm successful. Are you getting this? For some of us, if the light burns or if the correct electricity doesn't go, then I'm successful. So for each of us, the definition of success is going to be different, right? So what are the common denominators for success? It says, if you have a clear state of mind, clarity of mind, purity of thought, and sincerity of actions. If you do any one or all 3 of these 3 things, then you will be successful. I'll go over it again. Clarity of mind, purity of thought, and sincerity of action. If our mind is clear, if the speed and the amount of thoughts in our mind is lesser. Second thing, if our thoughts are pure, right, are pure thoughts, then sincerity of action. I have to do this activity. Instead of thinking like that, if we decide to do sincerely, if we are doing some activity, then we can be easily successful. And not just that, we can not just be successful, stress will be handled very easily. How? Let's take an example. Let's take somebody, whose example shall I take? Okay, let me take Sainath Ibrahim. All right, let's take Sainath Ibrahim. Where are you from, sir? Sainath, sir, where are you from? You have to unmute and then tell, otherwise I'll not be able to hear you. Sainath sir, where are you from? Okay, looks like Sainath sir is having some issue with this microphone. Mahesh sir, you can tell me. Mahesh Guradkar, where are you from fundamentally?
Sir, I am from Chandrapura, Maharashtra.
Chandrapura, Maharashtra. Okay. Let's assume Mahesh sir is going from one city to another city. Let's assume he's traveling from, let's say, Chennai to Bangalore. He's traveling from Chennai. He's leaving from Chennai to Bangalore. He's starting from Chennai at 6:30 p.m. in the evening, and on a Friday evening. On a Friday evening, he's starting and he's traveling towards Bangalore. Okay. So what time will he reach Bangalore? What is the time he will reach Bangalore?
Depends on the mode what he travels.
The car. He's driving his car, his own car. He's taking from 6:30 p.m. on a Friday evening. He's leaving from Chennai and he's going towards Bangalore. Approximately when will he reach?
Probably around 2 a.m.
Correct. So 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning he will reach, because why? Well, the actual distance is only 365 odd kilometers, but it will take him around 8 to 10 hours to reach. Why? Because it's a Friday evening. Yes, everybody in Chennai is trying to reach Bangalore. Everybody in Bangalore is trying to reach Chennai. Okay. That same journey, if he starts at 12 a.m. on Saturday morning, instead of 6:30 p.m., if he waits for 6.5 hours and then starts at 12 a.m., right? 12 a.m. on a Saturday morning, what time will he reach?
Around 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, 3:34 a.m. Very close to what time he would reach if he was traveling at 6:30 p.m. So 6:30 p.m. he starts also, he'll reach 3:34. 12 a.m. in the morning he starts also, he'll reach 3:34. What has changed? See, the car has not changed, the petrol has not changed, the toll operators have not changed, the dress that he's wearing has not changed, the cows on the road, the trees, nothing has changed. What is the reason for him to take less time?
The disturbances in between during his travel.
Exactly. So the traffic is the reason. So if there is more traffic, then he takes more time. Also, when he reaches his destination, no, after he reaches his destination, also if there is more traffic, he will feel tired. Or however good a driver Mahesh sir is, when he reaches his destination, he'll feel a little tired. Yes or no? Correct. So because you have to travel, put the brake clutch, play brake clutch, all those things will happen. Correct. So exactly the same way our mind also works. If the number of thoughts in our head and the speed of those thoughts is really high, then what will happen? The time it takes for us to reach our goal will be increased. So the reverse also works. If we reduce the number of thoughts in our head, and if we reduce the speed of those thoughts, then also it will take us lesser time to reach our destination, and we'll have a lot of energy once we reach our destination as well. All right. So this is what we're going to see during this talk. This is what we're going to talk about. All right. So suppose you've never had a Rasagulla in your entire life. In your entire life, you have not had any Rasagulla at all. All right. Let's assume there is a sweet called Rasagulla, but you've not heard about it at all. You remember, you're all small children. You've unscrewed your intelligence, right? So let's assume you've never eaten a Rasagulla, and I'm trying to explain that to you. I'm telling Rasagulla is white in color. It is round. It's got a lot of sweet liquid in it, and then it is chewy and it's extremely good to eat. I'm going on describing it, and you have never had it ever in your entire life. Would you understand it? Not possible. What is the easiest way for you to understand? I ask you to open your mouth, and I'll throw on Rasagulla inside, and then you eat it and say, so this is how a Rasagulla tastes like. Yes, that's the best way, no? That's the easiest way to understand, right? So what we will do is how to reduce the number of thoughts in our head is what we're going to do. Currently, we are at 10:45. For another 10 minutes or 15 minutes, let's figure this out. Okay. So before you begin to meditate, it is necessary for you to do certain things. Just like how if you're making a recipe, if Tilagam ma'am is making upma at her house, then there are a set of things that she has to do, one after the other. First, she has to cut the green chilies and the karvapalai, the curry leaves, and she has to grate the ginger and keep them separately. And then she has to cut the vegetables she has to put for the upma and then keep them separately. Then she has to dry roast the suji and then keep it separately. Then she has to boil water and keep it separately. Then she has to put everything inside, and then she has to add the water and keep stirring, and then you get the upma. Correct? There is a set of steps that you need to do in order to make a recipe. Correct? No? Exactly like that. In order to meditate, there is a sequence of steps that you need to follow, and these steps are very, very easy, but still they are very, very effective. Do you want to try? Do you want to do this? how very easily, without getting up from your seat, you can easily do a bit of physical exercises, because it is necessary for your body to feel a little exhaustion physically before you start meditation. All right, good. Let's start. I'm going to do some basic stretches which you can do while you're sitting. It's called as desktop yoga. I've been teaching this to a lot of corporates as well. All right, so let's do that. It is necessary for somebody to pin my video. Can somebody spotlight or pin my video to the center? Am I pinned? Can you see my video? Manikandan sir is also cooking every day. Very good. Can you pin my video? Can you see my video in the center of the screen? Yes, good, 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 good. Okay, good. So what we're going to do, first we're going to do some desktop yoga. It's very easy, but it is very effective. All right. So first what we'll do, we'll shake off our hands like this. All right. I need you guys to do this. Okay. So just don't look at it, like how you see a movie, or popcorn packet. Okay. You're supposed to do this activity. That's when you'll actually feel the difference. All right. So shake your hands a little bit, nicely shake, 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 shake. Fast you have to do, as though your fingers are going to fall off. It's okay if it falls off also. After some time you can pick them up and stick them back up. So don't worry. Just shake your hands nicely. Shake, 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 shake. Nicely shake your hands. Very good. Really fast, 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 faster. Very nice. Very good. Nicely shake your hands. Good. Then what we'll do, relax and take your hands up here, and then first keep your palms on top of your scalp. So the palm is touching your scalp here. Don't worry if your hairstyle will get spoiled. I did not worry. That's why I took everything off. But don't worry, even if so, just press. Don't move your hair like this. Okay, so press, and the skin of your scalp, move that around slowly in the clockwise direction. All right. All this will help to reduce and remove the stress. All of us are standing throughout the day and teaching. We are dealing with a lot of people. Some people listen to us. Most people don't listen to us. All these things you can handle very easily. All right. So move the scalp here, then use both the hands, and then move the scalps on the sides like this, very slowly. Do no hurry. Nobody's catching any plane. As slowly as possible. Then opposite direction. Very good. Nice. Very good. Then use the 3 fingers and then move the skin around the forehead in a clockwise direction. This is where maximum stress gets accumulated. It's very important to release the stress every now and then. You can do it in the opposite direction as well. Very good. And what you do, you use both your hands, both your fingers, the index finger and the thumb you do, and you straighten out your eyebrows. The eyebrows have a curve. What you do is you straighten them out. Straighten out your eyebrows. Very good. Here also, whenever we feel a little irritated, what we do, we bring the eyebrows together. No? So what you do is you stretch them out. Nicely stretch out your eyebrows. There you go. Then put the bottom portion of your hand, you keep it on top of your eyes. Gently clockwise direction. And then the counterclockwise opposite direction. Very nice. Similarly, use both your index fingers and straighten out the sides of the nose. Whenever we become angry, the first organ that becomes tight is our nose. When we become angry, what did I say? When I become angry, the first organ that tightens is our nose. அதனால தான் தமிழ்ல மூக்கு மேல கோவம் வருது பாரு அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம். We become angry and irritated every now and then. It gets accumulated here only. So remove that. Very good. Then use the top of your fingers. 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning only we're going to sleep. Okay. So there's a lot of insomnia, sleep related issues. Because of that, the eyes and the skin beneath the eyes become puffy. So what we do, we just press this portion and then make it straight. Very good. And also the edges of the eyes in this place also. Use your middle finger, tip of the middle finger to rotate this part, just the outer sides of the eyes. Very good. Okay. Then use your thumb and then straighten out the place just above your jawline. This is your jawbone. When we become angry and stressful, again, another thing that happens is we clench our teeth, all right? So here there's a lot of knots. If you see, there'll be a lot of knots here, just below the jawline. You can straighten them out. That also really helps. Very good. Then here as well, next to the mouth, and then behind, use your palms behind your neck, and then pull your neck forward. Stretch your neck backwards when you're doing this. So your neck is bent backwards, but your hands are pulling your neck forward. All right, gently. No, don't apply too much force. All right, less than 1 kilogram. The neck or weight, the muscles of the neck is less than 1 kilogram, but the entire head's weight is close to about 6 to 10 kilograms based on how big or small your head is. That less than 1 kilogram is holding the weight of the head throughout the life. So it is necessary to make sure your neck is very, very healthy. So make sure you reduce the number of pillows when you go to sleep. Don't use a lot of pillows when you're sleeping. All right. And then you can move your neck up and down a little bit. What we'll do is we will synchronize this movement with our breath. Then only it becomes very easy. Keep your eyes closed. And then when you breathe in, you take your head up. When you breathe out, bring it down. Very nice. Then what we'll do exactly the same thing we'll do from side to side. What we'll do, we'll keep the shoulders exactly the same place. We'll not raise our shoulders. We'll keep the shoulders down as much as possible. All right. And then we'll just move the neck alone and try to touch our shoulders with our ears. நம்மளோட காதுகளால தோள்பட்டைய தொடுறதுக்கு முயற்சி. Touch the ears with our shoulders. Not the shoulders to the ears to the shoulders. சரிங்களா? Very good. Then what we'll do, we will similarly turn to the left and to the right. We'll look to the left, then we'll look to this also. We'll synchronize with the breath. When we are breathing in, we'll come to the center. When we're breathing out, we'll go to the side. So a recent survey was posted by the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in December 2020. It was published. It says that the neck cord health contributes to more than 45% of your overall body's health. If your neck is healthy, it means more than 45% you are healthy on. All right, but we don't concentrate on the neck at all, and neck is the first thing that gets impacted when you're stressful. So make sure that your neck is healthy. All right. So now what we'll do, we'll keep the neck steady, head and neck steady. We'll raise the shoulder and reduce and lower it. All right. Shoulder goes up and comes down, up and down. Few times. Very good. Nice. Then what we'll do, we'll keep our hands in front, and then what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of chest expanders. We'll expand our hands like this. Keep the hands as straight as possible and then expand it. What I'll do is I'll just come to a little to this side so I'm able to see it better. Yeah, like that. Am I visible? Good. Make sure your hands are straight, and also make sure your hands are moving at shoulder level. It's not going up like that. It's not going down like that. Okay, exactly at shoulder level. All right, very good. And also rotate the shoulders a little bit. This is also needed. A shoulder after neck, the most important place where all the stress gets stored is the shoulder. As we become older, more and more weight comes on your shoulder. As we become older, more and more weight comes on our shoulders. Another shoulder is also going to do. And similarly, what we'll do, we'll raise our hands up like this and then like this. See, all this can be done just by wherever we are sitting. You don't need to do much at all. Just extend your hands upwards as much as possible. Similarly, this side as well. Very good. Nice. Very good. One more time, we'll just shake our hands a little bit and relax. So what we'll do, we will do one very easy de-stressing way of breathing, all right, which will help to de-stress us very easily. It is called as the straw breath. breathing exercise or pranayama. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to make a small orifice with our mouth, small tube-like formation with our mouth like this. And we'll blow as though we're blowing air through a straw. There is no straw here, but as though there is a straw, we'll blow the air. Right? Is this clear? Pull in a lot of air, all right? Lot of air you take in and then you push it through that small hole. This is best done with your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed and do it. It's very, very useful. All right. From now for another 5 to 10 minutes, we'll keep our eyes closed. இப்பத்துல ஒரு 10 நிமிஷத்துக்கு கண் மூடியே இருக்கணும். Okay. This breathing we'll do like a straw. Very slowly or avasarame illa. No urgency. Every breath should take you about 2 to 3 seconds to complete. Very slowly you have to exhale. Five more times, okay? Last 3 times. Last time. Very nice. What we'll do is we'll keep our eyes closed and we'll do a short meditation. What we're going to do is we're going to just sit comfortably and easily and just listen to the instructions with our eyes closed. கண்களை மூடிக்கொண்டு நான் தளர்த்தியா உடம்ப வச்சுட்டு நான் என்ன சொல்றேனோ இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் அதை மாத்திரம் தான் கேட்க போறீங்க. That's all. All right. There's really nothing you need to do. You know, there are 3 important things that you need to keep in mind when you're meditating. What are those 3 important things? One is have these thoughts. I am nothing. I am doing nothing, and I want nothing. These 3 things. What are the 3 things? I am nothing. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a father. I'm not a professor. I'm not a parent. Nothing. No roles. Okay. So just imagine you don't have any roles. So I am nothing, and I am doing nothing. I'm not moving my. I don't want. I am not moving my hands, moving my shoulders, not moving it. I'm not doing anything. I'm not. In order to meditate, you're not doing anything. Many people think concentration is only meditation. That is not true. Concentration happens when you meditate. It's a result of meditation. So we aren't doing anything. So you just are. Tanmay. That's all. You're just there. That's it. So you're doing nothing. Also, you want nothing. Your gas off panana. I have some assignments to complete. I have to pay my electricity bill, my credit card EMI spending. So I am doing nothing. I want nothing. At this point in time, there are so many things that I have to complete. There are so many things I want, but for the next 5 minutes, I don't want anything. Just am. Okay, so these are the three thoughts that will help you have a good meditation. All right, so with that, we'll keep our eyes closed, and for the next 3 minutes, we'll just be still. அடுத்த 3 நிமிடங்களுக்கு உடலை ஸ்திரமா கல் மாதிரி ஒரு சிலை மாதிரி straight like a statue will just be straight and unmoving. You might feel a little discomfort here and there, doesn't matter, gulp it down, just be still. Keeping our eyes closed, let's listen to all the sounds in the environment. சுற்றுப்புறத்துல என்னெல்லாம் சத்தம் கேட்குதோ அதை அப்படியே கவனிச்சுட்டு வரலாம். It can be people talking, it can be vehicles on the road, it can be sound of the fan, tube light, cooker, mixie, wherever we are, whatever we are doing, whatever sounds you're hearing, just become aware of those sounds and accept those sounds as they are. ஐயோ சத்தமே போடாம இருந்தா நல்லா இருக்குமே அப்படின்லாம் யோசிப்பேன். என்ன சத்தம் இருக்கோ அதை அப்படியே ஏற்றுக்கும் மனதளவுல. Just accept all the sounds in it. Let us become aware of our own body. This body is a beautiful gift from God, from Mother Nature. Let us honor and respect our own body. உடல் மீது கவனம். இந்த உடல் இயற்கையால் கடவுளால் கொடுக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிற ஒரு அற்புதமான வரப்பிரசாதம். அதுக்கு நன்றி கடன் செலுத்தினதே இல்லை நம்ம. ஸோ இப்போ செலுத்தணும். Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Incoming breath energizes the body and outgoing breath relaxes the body. This phenomena is happening throughout our life. Let's just become aware of that. Let's take our attention to our thoughts. Some thoughts are good, some are not so good,
और
doesn't
कहीं
matter.
पानी चाय पिए चल गेले
हेलो राजेश सर
Whatever thoughts are coming, let them come, doesn't matter. Some thoughts are good, some are not so good, doesn't matter. Let's become aware of our feelings. ഉണർച്ചകൾ మీద ഗൗനം. Some feelings are good, some are not so good, doesn't matter. You are peace. You are joy. You are peace. You are joy. Let's become aware of our feelings if there are any. Thoughts if there are any. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Another joyful deep breath in and breathe out completely. Slowly and gradually becoming aware of body and surroundings. Whenever you feel complete, taking your own time, may gently open your eyes. உடல் மற்றும் சுற்றுப்புறத்தை உங்களோட கவனத்தில் கொண்டு வந்துக்கிட்டு முழுமை அப்படின்னு எப்போ தோணுதோ அப்போ நிதானமாக கண்களை திறக்கலாம். May gently open your eyes. Welcome back. How are you all feeling? உடல்நிலை மனநிலை எப்படி இருக்கு? You can take a minute and type out on the chat how you're feeling, how's your state of mind. Very good. So, do you know how long you meditated? You meditated for 15 minutes. So about 10:50, 10:55 we started, currently 11:12. So about 10-15 minutes meditated. Just by 10-15 minutes of meditation, are you feeling some difference in the state of your mind? This is very, very critical. It's very easy to come back to the state of mind just with 15 minutes of meditation. Don't you think the amount of traffic has reduced here? Amount of traffic, speed of the thoughts has reduced? Yes or no? Number of thoughts in the mind, speed of the thoughts has reduced, no? Correct? And don't you think with this state of mind, it is very, very easy to manage stress, manage time? Are you getting this point? It's very easy. It's very, very easy, you know? Stress happens because ad hoc things happen. When you plan your day, then you reduce the amount of opportunity for unexpected things to come and clog your schedule. Yes. So now you will say you cannot plan everything, sir. Some things happen unexpectedly. Then what to do? Then, you know, in our house, we have a dustbin. Yes or no? In our house, there is a place where we have kept the dustbin. Yes or no? The dustbin has all the dirty things in it, but it is inside the house. And we have agreed, accepted that that part of the house can have the dirty things. Why? Because the rest of the house can be clean. If the dustbin is full, what does it mean? It means the house is clean. If the dustbin is empty, it means that you have not cleaned the house at all. So when you agree that certain things can come unexpectedly and plan for more than 90-95% of the things. And the third thing is prevent important things from becoming urgent. If you do these three things, then you will not be stressed out by anything. And you can play a role very, very easily. Where you are needed to be a professor, you can be a professor. Where you are needed to be a parent, you can be a parent. Where you are needed to be a husband, wife, spouse, brother, sister, whatever, you can be that. Where you are expected to be a research scholar, you can be a research scholar. Whatever you want to do, you can do. When your mind is calm. That is why, what are the three dimensions? Clarity of mind, purity of thoughts, and sincerity of action. We've just taken one, You just handle that one part, clarity of mind. With just being clarity of where mind is clear, then you can easily be successful in any field, regardless of what your definition of success is. Yes or no? Correct? Very good. So any questions you have, Sarana sir?
Yes, Ram. Very good.
All over to you.
I know you have a meeting. Thanks a lot for your time.
Good morning, sir. Saranapuram, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Nagendra sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Very good morning.
Good morning.
So very good morning to everybody. This is Saravana Prabhu, basically from Coimbatore. And thanks a lot, Ram. Thanks a lot, Manikantan sir. So what we'll do for the next 15-20 minutes, we'll take up questions. So let me introduce myself. I'm Saravana, basically from Coimbatore. And I did my engineering with PSG Tech 20 years ago. And after that, I did my master's with BITS Pilani. And for the last 17, 18 years, been with software industry and been also with Art of Living for the past 22 years now. Yeah, and been primarily conducting programs at the colleges and corporates, especially for faculties and some students. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And see, one thing I wanted to share with all of you is, let me ask you something before I start, right? Give me 5 minutes. I will share something, then we'll take up some questions. Is it okay, everybody? Yeah, I know you're at office, at college, or at home. Or I will take 5 minutes, share some interesting secret. I was listening to all of you that Tilagam madam or everybody that you need balance or to handle stress from outside. But I tell you, I'll start with a story. Is it okay? You all like stories? Yeah. Can I?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Person, meeting a very old, learned, very well, very calm, peaceful person. After 10, 20 years, he's meeting. And he asked, how are you? I said, I'm very good. I've been traveling. I've been learning a lot and it's going good. And he asked, I have questions. May I ask you? Then he asked, do you know your wife? Do you know your wife? He said, yes, I know my wife. Her name is this. She's working here, blah, 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 all that. Then next question, the learned person asked, do you know your children? He said, yes, I know my children. One is studying in this college, the other is going to this school, completing the school this year. Yeah. Do you know your pet, the dog that you have at home? He said, yes, I know my dog very well. Yeah. Do you know about your parents? He said, yes, I know about my parents very well. And the learned person smilingly asked, do you know about you? Ah, wow, wonderful. What about me? That is what. Then he was awestruck with this question, do I know about me? We all know that we know about others very much, but hardly we know about us, right? That is the source of stress, I tell you. One of the major reasons for stress is we don't know about ourselves. Yeah, sometimes we get angry. Sometimes we feel very happy for the same thing, isn't it? Think about it. When you join this job, this department, this college, you are very happy. At times, your happiness is going because of the same reason, isn't it? Yeah, students gives you happiness sometimes and they give you stress at times. Yeah, the spouse that you loved so much, gives you happiness, sometimes a lot of stress. Same thing with children. Same thing with your friends, same thing with your relatives, isn't it? Yeah. Now, my sincere request to all of us here is, if you wanted to handle stress, you need to learn about ourselves better. Yeah. Let me ask you something, right? Do you all have a mobile phone with you, everybody? Can I have a thumbs up or say yes, something? Do you all have a mobile phone with you, everybody? Yes. Yeah. Now, for this mobile phone to work very well, what all is needed? Let me see who is giving the best response. For this mobile phone that you have to work, To get the best out of this mobile phone, what all is needed? What all is needed for this mobile phone to work really well? Okay, charge is needed. What else? Very good. You can type in or you can unmute and share. Data is required, charge is required, SIM card is required, software is required. Very good. Yeah. Right. You need all this, isn't it? Yes, SIM card, software, hardware, everything is required. But the most important thing that is required to get the best out of this mobile phone is so simple. What is it? To know about it. If we know about this mobile phone, we will be able to use it best, isn't it? Agreed? The knowledge about this, that's exactly what is missing today with us. Yeah. See, like Ram said, we are not just our body. Our mind is part of it, our breath is part of it, our intellect, our ego, our body, mind. You've heard this thing, right? Body, mind, breath. You've heard about it, our intellect, memory. Yeah. Now let me ask you something. In this world, when two countries fight, is there a disturbance in the world? Like India and Pakistan is a great fight, having a great fight, or there is a war between India and China. Is there a disturbance in the world? Other places also? Does it happen? Like India, US and Iran gets into a fight. Is there a disturbance? Yeah. Russia and USA fight. Yeah. Is there a disturbance other places also? Agreed? Totally. Right? Now, we are worried too much about the fight outside, but I tell you, there is a lot of war happening within ourselves. Like, for example, when you, this morning, especially this morning, when you woke up from the bed, your mind said, I should get up, get ready. There are a lot of things to do. I have to attend this addictive, FDP. I have to do something at college. Tomorrow I have to do something. I have to submit this. So much of planning was happening in the mind. At 6 o'clock or 5:30, when the alarm rang, the mind wants to get up and work, but the body was not cooperating. Yeah, the body was not cooperating. Again, yes, right? Yeah. Now, it's not just in the morning bedtime. A lot of times, you really wanted to complete your PhD, you wanted to publish some, journals or a book, write a book. All this is in the intellect, but the mind or the body says, let me do it something later, sometime later. Keeps postponing. Yeah. Basically, there is a miscoordination between what your mind wants to do versus the what body is able to do. Agreed? So this fight or this coordination, if we can fix it, this miscoordination or less coordination, if we can fix it, then lots and lots of stress can be handled better. I'm not telling avoided. Stress cannot be avoided in this era. I tell you, it can be handled better. Yeah. Let me ask you one more question. Have you been angry anytime in the world, anytime in your life? Have you been angry? Just put yes. Type in yes. Have you been angry? Have you been experiencing anger in your life? Yes. Thank you. 2, 3 of you only are responding. Others, if I ask you this question again, you will become angry. No. I don't want you to become angry. I just want you to ask if you have been angered in the past. Okay, let me ask you one more thing. When you were angry, how was your breath? Have you noticed your breath? Some of your mind was saying, sir, if I'm getting angry, I don't even know what I do. Where can I remember our breath? Very good. Ajay has been doing it. Ajay says, fast and it is hotter, if you have noticed it. Yeah, very good. Thank you. Jitin sir as well. Good. Thank you. It is faster. When you were, have you been so sad? Like, so much of work to do with online, offline classes. You have to come 6 days a week. You have to do 8 hours. You have to do 3 labs. You have to do 4 subjects. So much of restrictions. You get sad about it, right? Sometimes talking, but otherwise also, when you're sad, how is your breath? Have you observed your breath? When you're sad, totally sad, a sorrow. It is, have you noticed it is so heavy? Yeah, it is so heavy, and the throat chokes. Much more heavier, slower, and the throat chokes. Have you noticed that? Yes? Yeah. Good. Now, when you were happy, when you were so joyful and happy, how is your breath? How is your breath when you're so happy and joyful? You don't even realize that the breath is happening. It is so soft and smoother, isn't it? Yeah. See, for us to, this is the secret about the breath, right? Normally, when somebody gets angry, there is one type of breathing pattern. When somebody is sad, there is another type of breathing pattern. When there is joy, there is another type of breathing pattern. This is normal people live life. Yeah. What I recommend you to do is learn some breathing techniques with which you can handle the emotions better. It is possible. It is very much possible, because see, a lot of this miscoordination happens between the body mind. We learn some techniques and knowledge. Knowledge, I am sure as professors you have a lot of knowledge. No dearth in the knowledge. What we need is techniques. Techniques like the breathing techniques, like what Rama here made us do, the guided meditations. All these techniques help you to handle situations better. Yeah. See, our ancestors have been taught us saying that don't get angry. Have you heard this? And we tell this to our students also. We tell this to our children also. Don't get angry. Let me ask you a practical question. Is it not practically possible to get angry? See, you cleaned your car, you cleaned your bike so well, and the neighbor puts a lot of dirt on your car. Won't you get angry? Of course you will get angry. Or won't you get jealous? You work so hard. You've been working more than what your HOD or principal is asking you to do. But the next professor or the peer, staff member of your department does not work too much but gets a lot of promotion, lot of appreciation and recognition. Won't you get jealous? Won't you get angry? Of course you will get angry. Isn't it? Right? But the secret is getting angry, getting upset, getting sad. Somebody, cheated you. So much of trust is broken by a friend of yours or by a colleague of yours. Won't you get upset? Of course you will get upset. But the secret is how long this upset, how long this anger, how long this sorrow stays with you. Then you can handle situations better. Then you have better stress management techniques. That is it. The secret or the target is, if there is water and you draw a line on the water, how long that the line can stay? Few moments, isn't it? That much time, if your anger stays with you, if your sadness stays with you, if your jealousy stays with you, or if not so good feelings and emotions stays with you, it is good for you and good for people around. You will be able to handle stress better. So remove this thought that I should not get angry, I should not get upset, I should not get sad. It's okay to get all these negative feelings, but with the knowledge and with the technique, be more wise to come back to normalcy at the earliest. And that can happen only with the help of techniques and the wisdom, the knowledge put in practice. Yeah. With this, I would stop talking here. And then I would take up more questions, which if you can share anything to do with situations at office, family, children, relationship, and health, I can take it up. This is my strength, I would say. Anything to do with relationship, anything to do with career, anything to do with professional management of situations around, and children, bringing up children, and health especially. Yeah, your physical health and the mental health. If there's anything related to that, you can ask some questions. I can take up questions and I can share my learnings or experience with all of you.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, this is Ravichandran from Kunga Engineering College.
Oh, Ravichandran, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, presently, I'm satisfied with my activities and what I am doing. I'm very much satisfied.
Very good.
But when I am comparing myself with others, especially I'm in teaching line, what others doing, others performance. Sometimes if I am comparing with others, normally I'm getting stressed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. How to rectify this kind of things?
Yeah, very good, Ravichandran sir. This is not only something that you've been going through. A lot of youngsters, lot of middle-aged people go through this actually. Yeah. See, in Tamil there is this saying, "Ikkarikka karai pachai." This side of the bank is not as green as that side of the bank or river bank. That's what people say, right? But that is true in our life also. See, if we start comparing, there is no end. There is always somebody who is richer than us, who is always have a much more grown in the professional field, financial field, social life, health wise. There is somebody always above us. Agreed, sir? Yeah. So that is what my philosophy with respect to life is: compare. You have to for sure compare. Never ever get satisfied. I mean, don't stop comparing. Comparison is good. But where we have to compare is what we have to look at it. Instead of comparing with others, my philosophy is, or my secret to you is, stand in front of the mirror and compare Ravichandran sir,
Yes, sir.
today versus Ravichandran sir yesterday. Compare it like that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, that's what I do, right? So before I go to bed, I ask myself, have I been much more useful to the people around me than yesterday? Then I would have a better sleep tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
I'm less angry than yesterday, then I have grown. Have I learned something new than yesterday? Then I have grown. Have I been able to do something for my health than yesterday? Then I have succeeded today. That's it. So success is about how differently we do small little things every day than comparing with others. Comparing with others is not a great secret, because you yourself know when you compare with others, you are going to be stressed, right, sir? Instead of comparing with others, maybe you can get inspired by others.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, in our ancestors, Patanjali, in yoga, we feel that, one of the secrets I would wanted to share here, Patanjali Maharishi, we call him as the father of yoga. He says there are 4 categories of people. People who are very happy. When you see people around happy, he says there are only 4 categories of people that you can relate in the world. People who are very happy, agreed, sir, 1 category. People who are very sad, miserable, yeah. And second category of people, third category is people who do a lot of good things, yeah. And the fourth is who do bad things. That is it. There are only 4 categories of people around you, isn't it? Right? Good things, bad things. People who are happy, people who are unhappy. You know what is the formula that he is giving? The scientist, father of yoga, Patanjali, is giving. For people who are happy, you become friendly with them.
Yes.
Meaning not just becoming friendly at the relationship level, at the mind level, become friendly with them. Yeah. People who are unhappy, miserable, be compassionate. Be compassionate. Be not pitying for them, but sympathizing. Yeah. Sympathizing, rather. In fact, empathizing, I would say. Instead of empathize them, put yourself and sympathize, basically, right? Compassionate, karuna. And people who are doing good, feel happy for them. Somebody is doing good for others, something good for the society, be happy for them, right? And people who are doing bad, something bad, doing not so good things, educate them, teach them. Twice, thrice, If they're not able to pick it up, that's okay. Pray for them. At least next lifetime, let them learn it. Yeah. So just teach them and educate them and ignore them. Be indifferent. That is it. So nowhere the formula is to compare ourselves. No, we never compare ourselves with others. If we have to compare ourselves with the version yesterday versus today. That is it. That's a great comparison which will not put you into stress.
Thank you so much, sir.
Can I share something, sir?
Thank you.
Sir, thank you. You are in the right place. You are in the right way of comparing. Instead of comparing with somebody else, compare with yourself, and you will see a lot of growth in your life.
Can I share something, sir?
Yeah. Abhijit ji, boliye. Haan ji.
Sir, here I want to share my own experience. I compare this with like we are driving from one place to another place in a vehicle, and rather than enjoying the journey, we are all the time stressed. Who will overtake my vehicle? Another person is traveling in a Mercedes, somebody is traveling in a very posh car, bigger vehicle. So rather than that, your destination is fixed, your destiny is fixed. In between this, our journey should be enjoyed. Take a break, have a cup of tea, see the surrounding, enjoy the weather, and enjoy the pleasure of driving.
Absolutely.
So I give the same analogy or same philosophy for this.
Absolutely. Very good, Abhijit ji. Achha, let me ask you do one thing. No, can you all become angry for a moment? Let's do a quick exercise, right? One secret for all of you. Can you all become angry now? Everybody, whoever is going around, walking around, teaching something, just focus here. This is very important. Everybody become angry now. No, I'm not asking you to act angry. Become angry. Come on, become angry. No. Don't show anger. Become angry. It's difficult, right? Okay, let's do another thing. Become so sad. Come on, become sad. Everybody become sad. Dukh ho jaye. Become sad. No, don't look down. Don't look up. Become sad. Is it possible? No. It's difficult. Most of you are not doing it great, right? Okay, let's do this. Third option. Okay, now let's do this. Become happy. Everybody become happy. Become happy. Wow, everybody is smiling. See, there is so much relaxation in the body, face. This is the secret, my dear friends. For you to become angry, for you to become so sad, you needed a reason. You needed a reason to become sad and angry. But for you to be happy, you don't need a reason. That is it all about, right? That is the secret. That's this knowledge. For you to be happy, you don't need a reason. For no reason, be happy. Right? Then your life becomes like how Abhijit ji told it, like that your life becomes so journey is a happy journey. Like, you know, when somebody is going to the US or some foreign place or some foreign city or a different city, we say happy journey. Bolte na happy journey. We say happy journey. Same thing. Life is a journey. Be happy every moment. Yeah. With this thought, nothing can shake us. That is it. Only we are either unhappy about what has happened in the past or going to happen in the future. Yeah. So just be happy and do your dharma. That is it. And your dharma will get you good merits. That's it. What is dharma? Doing good for others without any expectation and doing your responsibilities and duties as expected. That is it. Yeah. Our coach, any other questions that I can help with? There is a question on how to manage superiors. Okay. Most of the times, any relationship, be it your HOD, be it your principal, be it your director, be it your husband, be it your children, I tell you, any secret the secret to build a good relationship is communicate. Yeah. Compromise. Yeah. Little bit of compromise should be there. Right? Communicate, compromise. Yeah, both should be there. Today, what happens is not much of communication happens in the professional world, right? Usually, we get a lot of tasks from HODs and principals and our superiors. And sometimes we feel overburdened, isn't it? Right? Now, we do this workshop in colleges to handle relationships at office and family, where one of the secret, I'll just tell the secret, maybe at a later point we can go dive deep into it. When you communicate what all you're doing in your life to your peers, to your superiors, when new tasks comes, you can always say them, okay, these are the tasks that I have. A new task comes, I'm very willing to take it, but please help me prioritize it. Which to do first? So if you're very more organized, structured, plus communication and compromise. And commitment should be there. This 3 is the secret for to do relationship with at office, at home. Good. Any other questions?
Sir, again Ravichandran.
Yes, sir.
Sir, how we can relate the responsibility and stress? Suppose I am getting more responsible, I am getting more stress. If I am very less responsible, I may get very less stress.
Absolutely.
Whether I want to be more responsible or less responsible.
Absolutely. Right. So there are 2 secrets for this, sir. One is the way that we take responsibility. If usually when responsibilities are given, it becomes a stress. Have you noticed it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At the same time, you take the responsibility, it is not much of a stress.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
For example, at home, this happens. When the spouse comes and says, please take care of the kid today, then it becomes a little stress. Instead, you say, I will take care of the kid one day, then it is not a stress. It's the same thing, but when the responsibility is given to us, it becomes a little stress. When the responsibility is taken voluntarily, it is not a stress. Have you noticed that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
So the secret is, see if you can take responsibilities instead of waiting for the responsibilities to be given.
Yes,
Number 1. Number 2, in this world, we cannot always avoid responsibilities be given, right, sir? Like after this FTP, you may be given in the college saying that, okay, come and present what you've learned in the FTP to the rest of the staff. Take a 1-hour slide. One day may give you a responsibility. Possibilities are there. Yes.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Now that becomes a stress. Now what happens in that age is sometimes when we feel, yes, when the responsibility is given, we feel little uncomfortable, which may put yourself and put one in a stressful situation. There you can make a decision between whether you want to be stressed in the situation or you want to use this opportunity and enhance your skills, abilities, and grab the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
In fact, a lot of times we have grown multiple folds only when we have taken or given responsibilities.
Yes, sir.
Right, when we have, like, you know, when some, like say Dr. Manikandan sir is organizing this FDP, coordinating this FDP, I'm sure a lot of learnings are there in him when he's doing this, right? Same thing for you when you do it at your college, right?
Yes,
so when we take responsibility, we learn, we grow, we grab opportunities, we use the opportunities. So it's a balance between, do you want to get stressed or do you want to look at the positive side of the coin? Yeah, in fact, I tell you, like how I told you earlier, anger, jealousy, upset, sadness is all okay. Similarly, stress is also okay, I tell you. As long as it is helping you to be a engine, helping you to become a driving force, then it is okay. Like for example, today if you ask our students or any engineering college student, ask them what is stressful, they will tell them exams are stressful. Right?
Yes, sir.
Exams are stressful. Yeah.
Yes,
now, no exams, will they ever study? Will they ever do anything in their life in college? Hardly no. Right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Stress is okay. See, again, government, when they put this last date to pay the bill of taxes, or like, you know, file your income tax returns, pay your credit card bills, pay this, pay that, and the college says submit your logs, submit your attendance, submit, correct these papers, upload it in the Moodle, upload it in the software or system, all that, they put a deadline. This all causes a stress, right? Sometimes it causes a stress, right? Now the whole idea is, stress is okay as long as it is helping you to drive you closer to the goal, instead draining your energy. That is it, sir. So there is always a stress. Good stress. Yeah, stress is good as long as it is pushing you to the growth path and it is not draining your energy down. And that can be done with two things. This knowledge can help you. This simple thought that when I am stressed, I have two options: to get bogged down by losing the energy, or look at it as an opportunity to grow to the next level. Number one. Number two, like Ram said, increase your energy, increase your time, manage the time, increase your energy. How? Your food habits, yoga, meditation, pranayama, sleep. 6 to 8 hours of sleep can give you that energy to work on things better. And happy, positive, meditative state of mind. This sources of energy, we go much deeper in a course, but I'm just telling you, watch your food, sleeping pattern, resting patterns, breathing techniques, yoga, meditation, pranayamas, yeah, and the happy, positive state of mind can give you energy with which, when a responsibility is given, the stress that creates can be channelized to become a catalyst to achieve that task and learn a lot and utilize that opportunity to a great extent.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. One last
Hello, sir.
question.
Hello.
Then, yeah. Yes, sir. Manikantan, sir. Yeah.
Sir, thank you for your speech, sir. It is very interesting, sir. We follow that our instructions, sir. Thank you for your enlightening speech and enthusiastic participation, sir. It is very grateful to you and took the time out of our busy schedule, sir. Thank you once again, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir. I would like to thank you and Hindustan Management and the department, mechanical department, to organize such an event. And I personally thank everybody here to taking time to, I know it is a technical FDP, but also being involved and participating in this. See, today, like Dr. Abdul Kalam sir said, it is very high time that there's a balance between our technical education and our personal growth. Yeah, how calm you are, how peaceful are you, how growing are you in your personal life. That will really help you to grow great heights in your professional and social life. So as a like Ramanathan, myself, and quite a lot of people who are working in the corporate world, who are working in the academics, take time to visit colleges, visit students and professors to share this knowledge. So if you wish to have similar sessions in person or online, we will share our contact details in this small slide about programs to Dr. Manikantan sir, and Manikantan sir will share it with all of you.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. God bless all of us. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the next session will start at 12 o'clock because we're having the technical problem in the beginning. So for that, come at 12 o'clock in the same link. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.